everyone. Here we are. It's episode 11. Who would have thought we'd have got to here?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So we got a busy fortnight, but it's kind of a little bit sort of offset to Mark. You'll hear he'll probably start coughing in a minute. He's not very well, so it's going to be a sort of different kind of fortnight. We'll take you for a walk around the garden and show you what's happening there. One of the other things that we need to do is I dug out our handy dandy pH soil test kit because we're putting the blueberries in. And no, that won't show up on the screen.
No,
Sorry,
right.
there was a notification just came
Oh,
up.
that's all good. That was the thing, your soil test is backwards.
Yeah, I know my soil test is backwards.
You
It's
need a
'cause-
mirror to make it forwards.
Yeah, but that's not happening, so
Oh,
we're all
okay.
good.
All right.
So anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, yes.
You have
So
a backwards soil test.
we tested the soil. So I'll show you my little,
Handy dandy soil test.
that's my little thing of soil from down where we're going to put the blueberries. So we've got to turn it over. So we went and we checked the pH.
Excuse me.
The pH is too high, so we've got to drop it. So we actually bought, what was it, sulfur
Acidy stuff.
acid stuff that you put into water and you actually put it over the garden. So we've got that, so we'll get that started. So we may not get the blueberries in this fortnight. I would say it's unlikely because it's going to take, we've got to do the treatment every 2 weeks, I think it said on the thing. So that's okay. We've got a couple of weeks. They're quite happy in their pots. So we've done that. We've got some more garlic to go in. We've got the rose that we planted last fortnight that you saw us do. So there's a little bit going on in the rose garden. We have a visitor coming next week, so I don't know if he'll turn up on screen or not. He may not. It's up to him. Apart from that, we've got some more alyssum to put in the front beds. But yeah, I think really the main thing this fortnight is we'll go for a walk around the garden, show you how everything's travelling. Temperatures have changed.
Cold. Yeah, it's cold.
So we've actually had the fire chugging for the best part of 2 weeks. And every time I empty the ash out, I just take out the cooler, take it outside in a metal bucket and let it sit to cool. Then it's going into the compost at the moment. What else?
Got a doggy here.
Yeah, Mark's
Patting
playing
the
with
doggy.
Kayla. The doggies are growing and doing their thing. They're happy, but they've discovered next door's dog, which isn't necessarily a great thing. And that's about it. So anyway, as I always say, if you enjoy the stuff that we're putting up, remember to like the channel. Please take a moment and subscribe. It really does help us to be found with YouTube. Don't forget to click the notification bell. And if you feel inclined, choose all. And if you've got questions, suggestions, comments, advice, we're always willing for advice. Yeah. And we'll show you what we're up to. Okay.
Okay. Hey.
Hello. So I'm chopping up Mark's chilies. And they're really strong. But I've got the dryer rack out and we'll dry them. And then after they're dried, which could be by tomorrow night, I'm actually going to make chili flakes. So I can't eat chili, so it's not something that we use a lot of. So by making dried chili flakes, what we can do, we can add it to anything Mark eats, or he can add it so that he's getting, you know, exactly what he wants in terms of flavour. We can add it like at the end of the cooking process, or if necessary, we can sprinkle it over however he wants to use it. So that's what I'm up to.
And there is a puppy who's helping.
He's grown a lot in the time we've had him.
He's a big helper. Come on.
So he's been with us now 6 months.
Oh, there's one puppy. We've got to have the other
Hello,
puppy.
baby.
Cows. Hello. Hello, you're smooching. Yeah, you're a good smoocher. Ooh, devil eyes. Yeah, devil eyes.
Ew.
Oh, you're still on. Because I'm videoing.
You're videoing. Hello.
Yeah.
So I'm making rissoles. I'm just going to turn that down now. With our own beef. So when we went and had Dorcas butchered, we end up with lots and lots and lots of meats. And one of the things I like to make, but I don't make it that often, is a mince risotto. And it is just such a simple but yummy, tasty meal. And it is literally the mince, plain flour, bit of egg, some mixed herbs, chopped up tomato and chopped up onion. And cook it up. Yum, yum. I thought I might show you along here first. These are all our ferns. They're actually going really well. They like the hanging basket. We have a little sage there. He's surviving the winter. We actually lost our bird's nest fern, so we'll need to get another one of those. And there's a few more ferns down here. So what we've been doing, as you can see, is we've been re-establishing a lot of the stuff that we've got. We got a little bit of watering. We haven't watered for a few days, but it's all coming along nicely. And these are the 4 olives. They were really tiny when we got them. They're actually going really well. And there's a couple of little hippeastrums. And of course, our Christmas tree. Yeah, it's a bit lopsided. We'll need to put a stake or something in. Now this is the same bed as the bananas. So the pineapples are starting to come along, and yes, this is a very weedy bed too. And of course the pawpaws. Now the pawpaws are actually quite happy, but we have them underneath these palms, so it's giving them sufficient protection at the moment from the worst of the frosts. But going forward, this is the area that we'll use specifically for these more tropical plants. Okay, we're coming into the veggie patch. So that's the veggie pod. I've got to have a look at it today. It's got lettuces, and then it's also got the spinach. Spinach has just sort of gone wild, so it needs a really hard cutback. The silver beet is getting better. It's actually improving because we've managed to keep the birds out of it. The Brussels sprouts are, yeah, they're going to take a little bit more. That's where the peas are going, so it just needs to be turned over and prepared. The raspberries are starting to do their thing for winter. Along here, these are actually still a lot more green than I expected. I thought they would be over by now. Leeks, got to really get into them. This here, in here, what you can't see, there's a couple of old rogue corn in there, but there's actually also a mix of onions and leeks and the blueberries. So I'll need to do some research very soon about cutting them back, ready for winter. This is our asparagus bed, and I don't know, I think we may have lost our asparagus, which is really depressing. That's what's left of our zucchini. This bed here, this is where the blueberries will go, so we need to turn it over, and we need to put the sulfate mix that we've got in there. This bed needs to be stripped out and turned, same with this one. Down here, we actually have at the end there's some sweet potato. We've got strawberries in wheelbarrows. There's our very messy compost.
I'm wondering if the birds.
Oh, well, that's new.
Yeah, something stripped.
That is very new. Someone's been into it. This is my red currant. This is my black currant. Now, this compost here, I took the lid off it the other day, or we did, and we're letting it dry out. But we're actually going to empty this one. We'll give the actual composter a clean up, and Charlotte and Nathan are going to take that when they move into their new house very soon. We have a rogue pumpkin. Sorry?
Which is
way out of season it is. So the grape is starting to die back for winter, which is really good. We'll actually pull the dead base out. Only one of the grapes is actually alive, so the other one we're going to pull out. So this is our brassica bed. So as you can see, we've got bok choy in there. They're going really quite well. There is a fair bit of weed in there. We've got a little lavender here. But as you walk up here, we actually have a number of brassicas. We actually have done some succession planting too. So we're kind of hopeful that we should, well, I'm not sure that we're going to be fully self-sustaining, but we're going to give it a good hard kick. The chili and capsicum bed, and as you can see, the chilies are still doing really well. The capsicum's not so well. I see there's one on there, but it's been eaten out. So that's a shame. The turnip beds, so we're going to start pulling a lot of those in the next week or so. This is where we actually initially planted parsnips and carrots, and we had zero success. But I do see a couple of rogue potatoes coming up, so... that one's a fallow bed, that one's a fallow bed, that's a fallow bed. That's the bed we pulled the peanuts out of. We're going to do a bit of a tidy up over there. We're going to pull one of the passion fruits out and move it. But you actually can see one of our teeny weeny little pumpkins. So here's hoping it'll get a bit bigger. More strawberries. They're actually quite happy, and I can see a flower in there, which is really strange.
It's got strawberries.
Has it got strawberries too?
I think so.
Okay.
Unless the birds got them.
Lemongrass. We need to do a big tie up. Oh, yep. Oh, look at that. I think you should pull that. Pull the ripe one.
Right, really?
Yeah.
But now?
Yeah.
This one's gone bad.
I'll pop it loose in the bed then. Yeah, no, just pop that one on the floor. You want it?
No. You know.
All right, I'll have it.
Out of season. Too, I think.
Those are like really sweet. And that's the citrus, and we need to do a big clean up. We have got the sulphur crested cockatoo again, is getting into them, and it sits in the tree and it just eats the middle out of the fruit and then leaves them. That's another lavender. It's struggling at the moment, but we just got to keep it alive and let it get itself established. Okay, so this is our fruit grove. One of the apples, he's got a bit of burn on him. The other one's looking a bit better. This one here is my plum cot. This one here is the first of my cherries. They're both peaches. This one here is what are you? You're a yellow cherry guava. This one is a Tropic Beauty peach. This here is the lychee. Now, I don't know if he's going to survive or not, but we'll have to wait and see. We have the bananas are over here. So we are actually getting new growth on that one and that one. I'm not sure about that one. He was the first one we bought and put in. He is a Cavendish, and he hasn't yet set any suckers, but we'll wait and see what happens. Right, now we're out the front. The lilies are all dying off, but that's what they need to do. There's my camellia. We've got more here. Again, they're also dying off. They're supposed to do that for the winter. I'm keeping an eye on my peony, but so far there's no life. The begonias have come back. They do need a bit of water, but we're getting there. There's Mr. Pitt again. The central garden is doing okay. So we've had a loss of about 2 agapanthus. Everything else is fairly set and established, so that's really good. We're quite happy with that. The geraniums that we've got in the middle are going really well. Although the interesting thing is that we thought we had a lot of different colours, but every one of them seems to be the same colour. So I don't know, maybe they change colour depending on their the soil. Don't know. Would like to know. If you know, let me know. And we get to the rose garden, and they're starting to move into their dormant phase, which is really good. We really need them all to go dormant, because as soon as they go dormant, we can transplant. We still have a little bit of black spot. I did a really heavy spray about 2 weeks ago. I need to do another. We still need to finish buying the gravel, which we haven't done yet, but, you know, we'll get there. So this one has gone dormant. This is a standard. We've got garlic there and another rose there. He's got really bad black spot. More garlic, another rose. More garlic, another rose. This one's gone into his dormant phase, which is really, really good. This one's moving into its dormant phase. This is the new standard and it needs the water. And another one here. And this one here. And this, and as you can see, as I said, they're all going into their dormant phase. This one here, this is still riddled with black spot. Now, I gave this a really heavy spray 2 weeks ago. I will give it another heavy spray today. The black spot here, I have never seen anything like it. Have you?
No.
So we've got another one here. It's just terrible. But as you can see, a lot of them are going into their dormant phase. So, but yes, you can still see the black spot, even though they've had a really heavy treatment. I'll do it again today. I know a lot of people will say you're probably supposed to leave it a month, but because it is so heavy, we've got to just get on top of it first. So, okay. That's last year's Christmas tree that we planted out, and it's going really well. It's established itself nicely. Over here we've got some coffees, so let's go and have a look at them. Oh, sorry, I'm walking with you, that's why you're bouncing. And they look really happy. Better than the ones I've got in pots because they've all died. But anyway, that's my pecan over here. We do need to get another couple. We've got figs around here. So heading off towards the figs. So you got one there, where's the other?
Next one.
Oh, okay. That doesn't look so happy. So we have one here and one here.
These little bud, so we'll just see what happens in spring.
These are our conifers. We put them in. They're looking not very happy at all. I'm hopeful it's just the frost. We had a light frost, what, about a week ago? Yeah. And this one is a silky oak. And then we've put a number of natives in along the fence line. The idea being that a native fence line is a happy fence line.
Just come back since you got it by the mum.
Bit more down here. And another one here. Now I think this one's my Spirit of Anzac, isn't it? Or is that the next one? This one? This is my Spirit of Anzac. Hang on, ma'am. He is going really well. We had Spirit of Anzac at our last place, and we took a drive by, and we noticed they pulled it out. They pulled out all the plants we put in. We had taken a lot of effort to put the right plants in, and yeah, anyway, different people, different strokes. And another one down here. So I'm kind of hopeful that come next summer they'll be really well established and happy. Now in this section here, the sunflowers are all dying off, which is to be expected. We've got hippeastrums as well, so hang on. I'll walk you up this way. So yeah, this is all reasonably barren. It's not particularly good soil. We've put some effort into it. We will need to put more in, but we've just got to feed it. Can you open the fence, please?
No.
But anyway, so that's coming along. It's just a slow process. And then...
Since you asked nicely.
Thank you. And remember we built those garden beds over Easter? Look at that. Isn't that lovely? So we bought some alyssums to put in, and they'll be nice. And it's just a nice welcome to people coming to Stormhaven. Wandering back this way, we have the macadamia over here. Past the tree, that's our macadamia. And it's really happy. It is so happy. I reckon it's grown twice as high as it was when we got it. Morning world, it is Sunday morning and we are going over to the brassica bed because we're going to pull the big red cabbage. And today I am ably assisted by Nathan. So here we go, over we come. My big red cabbage right there. So if you want to lift it up and pull it out by its roots, please.
Oh, I'm pulling it out.
Yeah, you're going to pull it.
I thought you said you were pulling it out.
Yeah, no.
Sort of listening.
You're doing an excellent job there. Yep, pull him out, straight by the roots. Excellent. And Nathan's just going to cover everything back up and put all the handy dandy little weights back on. Just like, oops, sorry about that. That was my hand. And that, so all the weights are back down, stops the birdies from getting them. And there we have a nice looking red cabbage. It's got a little heart. It's not huge, but it's only really for maybe 3 of us because I'm not sure you'll be around when we're eating it.
Don't know. We'll see.
Hello. So it's actually Monday night and we're running late, as happens from time to time in our household.
And it's cold on Monday night.
Actually, it is. We've had a couple of frosts.
Have a dog. Ha-ha.
You do. You have my little Winston. Hello, baby. So
What was that? Can't see. Whoop. There you go. Whoop. There you go.
So what have we done this fortnight? We did the garden tour.
Yep.
We looked at roses.
I think so.
Next fortnight, we've got more rose stuff happening. Got a couple of little jobs to do there. Anything else you want to mention?
You got a dog?
I do. Okay, so we might call it quits for the episode here tonight. I'm going to say, please take a moment to like, to share, and to subscribe.
It's another dog.
Hit the notification button and remember to tell it all so that you can find our videos and other people can too. All right, well, I'm actually going to say goodbye from me.
Goodbye from doggies.
And
Me.
bye.